Today, we're working on the Southern accent. The resonance for the standard American accent is in the middle of the mouth. Right there. It's a little different for the Southern accent. We got a special guest to show us exactly what that difference is.
The Southern dialect is more forward than pushing against the teeth. If you're in the plantation region, pull it back, even further back than the standard American accent. For the Mountain Tennessee region, it's going to be a little bit more nasally. You're going to keep the hard R in there.
What about West Texas, which many consider to be Midwestern, not to be confused with other Midwestern accents that you'll find in Minnesota or Wisconsin?
Well, shoot, the West Texas accent is even further back in the throat, and I'm going to really stress that hard R. For instance, I was wrangling up them rascals on the ranch.
For the Southern pitch, there's a slight rise with a sharper drop-off. Words with the I sound or the oi sound. For instance, you got ride, time, finally. Those switch to I'm gonna ride. I'm so glad you're on time. Finally, we're together. The oi gets a staccato O sound. For instance, the farmer was annoyed when the soybeans were poised.
My word, the farmer was annoyed when the soybeans were poised.
There are minor lilt extensions in the Southern accent. For instance, the I as in it gets an E sound. For instance, sister, city, suspicious becomes
sister, city, suspicious.
For words like foot, should, and cushion, the oo sound gets changed to the sound. For instance,
my foot hurts. I should have put a cushion in my shoe.
The O sound in a sentence like, the frog got groggy and hopped in the honor of God, gets that aw sound. It becomes,
the frog got groggy and hopped in the honor of God.
Words with an E in them get a slight extension, as if you're adding an ah just after the E, very subtly. For instance, wet, bed, get, embarrassed. If you were to put those in a sentence, it would become,
if I wet my bed, I get embarrassed.
In words with the A sound, like 20 and cents, that becomes
20 cents.
The Southern accent gets fun when you add an after the vowel, and in addition, you're throwing in a Y in there too. Take this sentence, for instance. Ask any bashful man if he would guarantee it. It turns into,
ask any bashful man if he would guarantee it.
Here's another one. Words that get the or sound, like war and short, get the aw sound with a W following the aw. This sounds cool.
War. Short.
Sometimes you get the sound in front of the vowels. Like here's some A words. Face, wayward, and safety become
face, wayward, safety.
Nice. E words can also get the in front of it. Green beans make a mean evening meal become
green beans make a mean evening meal.
Sounds like Forrest Gump. There's the medial and the terminal R drop. For instance, the absurd bird is a nerd.
That absurd bird is a nerd.
That's a great medial R drop. It's very much like the British R drop, only the Brits give it a slight upward lilt. You don't do that with the Southern accent. For the terminal R drop, the sound gets changed to the sound. For instance, the deer is sincere about the queer.
The deer is sincere about the queer.
The sound goes to the sound. For instance, the flu scare is very hard to bear. Goes to
the flu scare is very hard to bear.
The sound gets the sound. You sure you can endure the long tour?
Are you sure you can endure the long tour?
That's so great. The sound gets the sound. This one's good. Instead of saying 4 score, you're going to say
4 score.
You got to admit, the Southern medial T is a bit lazy. For instance, the cookie batter is better than the butter.
The cookie batter is better than the butter. And it's not lazy. It's elegant.
I stand corrected. It is indeed elegant. The ing words, you lose the G at the end. For instance, starving, breaking, cooking. Used in sentences sound something like this.
I'm starving. Are you breaking up with me? Will you be cooking my favorite dish?
And the terminal Y sound gets the I sound. For instance, it's mighty windy.
I declare, it's mighty windy.
Now, let's get to some phrases that are commonly used in the South. You could bring these up on stage to liven up the scene and your character. For instance, if you have your mom and your aunt and they're both great at cooking biscuits, but they do it different ways, you might say,
there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Ha! If you can't believe something happened, you might say,
butter my butt and call me a biscuit.
If your friend is incredibly stubborn, you might put your foot down and say,
you're as stubborn as all get out.
Perhaps your character is frustrated with her offspring or her boss. She might say,
you could drive a preacher to drink.
If your kid is overreacting, maybe they're having a temper tantrum, or even an adult is acting ridiculous, you might say,
quit pitching a fit.
Maybe you've got projects around the house that you've been meaning to do. You might say,
I tell you, I'm fixing to repair that leaky faucet.
What if your son woke up early and spent the morning preparing breakfast and then delivered it to you in bed? You might say,
bless your heart.
Instead of using I'm not in a sentence, a lot of folks with a Southern accent might say,
I ain't afraid of love.
In the South, they're not going to say, hey, you guys. They're, of course, going to say,
hey, y'all.
There it is, the Southern accent. Now it's your turn. Go out there. You're uninhibited and you're not trying to be a perfectionist. You're just trying to incorporate this accent into a character that you want to bring to life. Or if you just want to show off to your friends and goof off.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and make a comment.
I love you.
Bye, y'all.